Before Iran has even touched a ball at this World Cup, they have already made history in the worst possible way. In nearly 100 years of World Cup history, no host nation has ever been at war with a participating team, nor have two countries at war ever faced each other at the tournament. That changed in 2026. Iran is playing a World Cup on American soil while the United States and Iran remain in active diplomatic conflict. The consequences have played out in ways that have no precedent in the tournament's history. Iran has been required to base itself in Tijuana, Mexico, and travel into the United States only for match days. Under the conditions attached to their visas, players must enter and leave the United States on the same day as their matches. For their opener against New Zealand, the team flew into Los Angeles on June 14th and will depart the day after the match. Similar arrangements have been made for Iran's remaining group stage fixtures. Iran's Football Federation also confirmed that FIFA revoked the ticket allocation for Iranian fans at all three of the team's group stage games in the United States. Iran's allotment of fans was to be 8% of stadium capacity. Because of U.S. economic sanctions against Iran, the organizers could not process transactions involving residents of Iran. No home base, no fans in the stands, no overnight recovery between matches. No other nation at this tournament is competing under conditions remotely close to this. Whether it affects performance is the central question surrounding Iran's entire group stage. Sports scientists have noted that frequent international travel in the weeks before competition is linked with an increased risk of muscle injuries, particularly hamstring problems. Iran's schedule compresses those conditions into 12 days, with no overnight recovery at any venue and a support staff already reduced by U.S. visa denials. And yet, despite all of this, Iran arrives at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles as the clear favorite for Monday night's match. Because the football case for Iran is genuinely strong. Iran are making their 6th World Cup appearance and their 4th consecutive appearance, the most of any Asian nation in that run. They have never progressed beyond the group stage. Every tournament, they reach the final match day with a chance and come up short. This time, the qualifying campaign was genuinely impressive. They lost only one of 16 Asian Football Confederation matches. They finished 8 points clear of 3rd place in their group. Their key player is Mehdi Taremi. Taremi recorded 10 goals in 15 qualifying games. He is now at Olympiacos in Greece after a difficult spell at Inter Milan, but his record for the national team speaks for itself. He is a center forward with pace, movement, and a clinical instinct in the box, and against a New Zealand defense that will sit deep and invite pressure, he is the most dangerous attacker on the pitch. Iran's predicted lineup is a 4-3-3 formation with Alireza Baranvand in goal, Ali Namati, Shojai Khalilzadeh, Arya Yousufi, and Milad Mohammadi across the back, Saeed Ezatolahi, Saman Ghoddos, and a 3rd midfielder in the engine room, with Mehdi Gaidi, Taremi, and Alireza Jahanbakhsh across the attack. Jahanbakhsh, the former Feyenoord winger, faces a late fitness test to determine his status for the contest. A broader concern for Iran is the fitness and sharpness of their domestically based players, given that the Iranian league was suspended in March 2026. Several players in the squad have not played competitive club football for more than 3 months. That is a significant preparation gap that travel restrictions only compound. Now, New Zealand. And their story is one of 16 years of waiting. New Zealand are returning to the World Cup for the first time since 2010, ending a 16-year absence. At that tournament in South Africa, they went unbeaten across all 3 group stage matches, drawing against Slovakia, Italy, and Paraguay, without winning a single game and without advancing to the knockout rounds. 3 draws, 0 wins, 0 goals conceded, a record that is entirely unique in World Cup history. They were the only unbeaten team eliminated in the group stage. New Zealand are the lowest-ranked nation competing at the 2026 World Cup. That is the context. But they have a captain who can win games on his own. Chris Wood carries the hopes of an entire nation. The Nottingham Forest striker has 45 goals and 90 caps, a 1-goal-in-2 ratio for his country that makes him one of the most prolific international strikers per game in this tournament. However, Wood enters the tournament after a severe knee injury that kept him out for around 6 months. Following his return to action in April, he managed only 3 Premier League goals in 15 matches. The question is not whether he is fit, it is whether he is sharp. Only Costa Barbarouses has hit double figures in international goals for the All-Whites with 10 strikes. Port Vale's Ben Waine needs one more goal to reach 10 for the national team. Beyond Wood, New Zealand's goal-scoring options are limited. If he does not score, finding one from elsewhere is a serious challenge. New Zealand's predicted lineup is a 4-2-3-1 formation, with Maxime Crocombe in goal, Liberato Kakaki, Michael Boxall, Finn Surman, and Tim Payne across the back, Joe Bell and Marco Stamenik in the double pivot, Sarpreet Singh in the 10 role, and Chris Wood up front, alongside two wide attackers. Tim Payne, the right back, has become something of a cult figure in the build-up to this tournament after rising to prominence in the qualifying campaign. He's the kind of story the World Cup loves, an unheralded player from a small nation suddenly carrying the weight of national expectation in an unlikely position. The head-to-head history between these sides is short. The last meeting between the two teams ended with Iran winning 3-0. Iran has never lost to New Zealand. Here is what this game looks like tactically. Iran will control the ball, press high when New Zealand have it, and look to find Taremi in central areas with runners coming from midfield. New Zealand will sit in a low event, cagey block, defend their shape, and look to Chris Wood in behind on set pieces and long balls. This is the kind of low event, cagey game Iran are better equipped to win. Their technical quality in midfield is higher. Their striker is in a different class. And New Zealand's attack, without Wood firing, cannot create enough to upset a disciplined Iranian defensive structure. The wild card is the travel situation. If the logistics have genuinely disrupted Iran's preparation and their domestically based players are short of match sharpness, New Zealand's physicality and set-piece threat through Wood and Boxall could make this uncomfortable. Here is the prediction. Iran wins this game. The combination of Taremi's quality, Iran's qualifying form, and New Zealand's limited attacking options outside of Wood should be enough. But it will not be as comfortable as the quality gap suggests on paper, because nothing about Iran's preparation has been normal. The call, Iran 2, New Zealand 0. Taremi scores at least once. Iran controls the match from the first whistle, and Baron Vond keeps his first clean sheet of 2026. New Zealand's spirit and defensive organization keeps it tight for 60 minutes before Iran's quality tells. In spite of everything happening off the pitch, the football takes over. What is your prediction? Drop it in the comments. And if you want every Group G match covered before kickoff, subscribe now.